Hello, Commanders, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous Return from Beagle Point. We are continuing our journey back towards the bubble after having completed a trip all the way out to Beagle Point. The purpose of the journey was to increase our exobiology rank to the elite status, as well as hopefully make enough money to purchase a fleet carrier. We do have a standard cycle of operations that we tend to do as we're going through all of this. We'll go over that as we hop into the next system. The main feature of this series has mostly been me just kind of talking about things as we go through, but my voice is kind of tired today, so I don't know that I'm going to necessarily try to keep talking the entire time, one massive stream of verbal something. So I don't have a topic for today. I'll just kind of talk about the things that we do as we do them. So as we hop into the system, as you can see, we're going to do the discovery scanner to see how many bodies there are in the system. If there are a reasonable number of bodies, we'll hop into the full spectrum systems scanner to check and see what is available there. We're looking for high-value planets to do planetary scans of. That'll be water worlds, ammonia worlds, and Earth-like worlds. Those are the three bodies that I've decided that we're going to stop and take a look at when we find them. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention whether that was just a fuel star next. Hopefully it's yellow. No, it's pink. Purple, whatever color you want to call that. If we get another one after this, we're going to have to manually select one. I thought I had these filtered out of our route, but here we are again, getting stuck with these annoying non-fuel stars. The last thing we need is to run out of fuel and then end up being screwed over on that. Alright, so there's 9 bodies in this system. We'll go ahead and do a quick scan. There's no Earth-like worlds or any of the high-value planets, because you can see Earth-like worlds in the bottom right where it says signal analysis, ammonia worlds, or water worlds. Nothing in this little region there. So we're just going to do a quick check to see if there are any biological signatures. If you look in the top right of the screen where it says features, we're looking for biological. We want to find at least 2 of them. And preferably not on an icy body to give ourselves the best chance of actually finding some high-value stuff like Stratum Tectonicus. Stratum Tectonicus is a 90 million credit biological source if you can get first footfall as well. So that's definitely something you want to be looking out for. Alright, didn't find anything particularly interesting, so we're going to move on. What does it say? Brown dwarf star. No. As a matter of fact, we are not doing that. Alright, seriously, we need to we're gonna head over to this one. Red dwarf should be fine for us to do a fuel scooping operation on. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with my route. I specifically have fuel scooping stars applied to the route. I verified it the last time I did the route, and for whatever reason it's still taking me to stars that are not able to be fuel scooped. So clearly this one's available. I don't know why it didn't take me to this. We're gonna have to reroute our thing again and hope that we find and hope that I can apply the route and have it actually work this time. Go ahead and do our fuel scooping operation as well as our discovery scanner. And then once we're done with that, we'll establish our new route. Get full-on scooping. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, that'll get us all full up. Get out of the sphere of influence of the star, and now... Oops. Let's see. We're going to zoom out and try to get a reasonable distance into this. Now, yeah, look. OBAFGKM. OBK foam is the acronym you should remember to do that. Apply filter to route. Right? Now we can try to calculate a route. How far away? No, we're gonna try to do a full-on 20 kilolight years now, because now hopefully we don't have the. Hopefully we don't have any more. What am I trying to do here? I'm gonna try to get like into the galactic core here. Hopefully we don't have any more of these stupid permit systems in the way, preventing us from plotting a route. $17,000 should be plenty for now. It starts getting harder. It starts taking longer and Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Fine. We'll do it to here. Oh, permit. Ugh. Alright, you know, this is the kind of stuff that's just really frustrating. Can you just let me plot a route so I can get through this? This is the kind of stuff that the artificial intelligence on my plotting computer should just be able to figure out. Hey, I want to go back home. Plot me a route. Come on. Finish. 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 Excellent. All right. 200, 300. Hopefully we can hold this for a while this time instead of having to replot it again. So now let's go through and see if we can get some biology out of this one. Fortunately, the star, or none of the bodies are behind the star here. Okay, hold on. I gotta fix the sensitivity on my mouse here. For some reason, it is just really not sensitive at all. Not this tuning, the mouse sensitivity. I'm gonna bring it up to say there. Let's try that. Right, that's a little better. I'm going to move the mouse way too much to get it to actually respond and go where I'm trying to get it to go. It's always a back and forth game trying to figure out what the sensitivity needs to be. One more body. That would be this one.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
And away we go. So we have ourselves a good almost 300 jumps planned in advance. So that's good for probably a couple more weeks of worth of episodes. Considering that we, you know, sometimes we only get one jump in because we find some biology to go after. But that's all right. Hopefully now we're not going to have any more of this, you know, a bunch of non-fuel scoopable stars. If we can avoid that, I don't have to mess around with the galaxy map too much more, and that'd be pretty nice. We're in a part of the galaxy that we shouldn't have to deal with that kind of stuff too much anymore. So, 15 is the limit for is the limit of the number of bodies that I set for deciding whether we're going to stop in a system or not, and that's an arbitrary limit that I set simply because, you know, I want to have a balance between, you know, getting to our destination in a reasonable amount of time versus actually stopping to scan things. So 15 bodies seems like a pretty reasonable thing to decide as a limiting factor to decide whether we're going to stop or not. There we go. This is what I like to see. Bright colored stars over and over and over again, so that we don't have to worry about overheating and running out of fuel and all that stuff. This is what we're trying to do.
Fuel scooping. System scan complete.
Right.
Frameshift drive charging.
Try to be efficient with my when I'm just traveling from one place to another. I'm pretty early on the starting the spool up for my frameshift drive, because this ship has really good cooling capabilities, so I'm able to kind of pop it in even while I'm still sort of in the middle of fuel scooping. It just kind of depends on if there's bodies, how many bodies there are going to be. If it gives me a full system scan complete while we're in the middle of fuel scooping, I'll pop it as early as I feel it's safe to. 25.
sweeping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Get ourselves out of the sun's heat as quick as we can and then move on to the next system.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Tell you what, these episodes go much slower when I don't have anything to talk about. If you have a suggestion for a topic of conversation for these episodes, please feel free to leave it down in the comments section. I am not above asking for suggestions. All right, so we have a gas giant somewhere up in somewhere around here. Where is it? That set's too far away. That one's pretty much right there, but there's nothing around it. So I'm assuming the rest of that stuff's 23,000 light seconds away. We're not messing around with that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next system. I am going to bring up an old topic. I would really like it if they adjusted the travel to make it to where traveling between stars was more like an interstellar super cruise kind of thing rather than this hopping between systems. It would be much more pleasant to zip around the galaxy that way than hopping from star to star the way we're doing right now. The boring repetitiveness of it is just kind of wears on you after a while. That one's behind. That one's behind. Do that. Don't know that I'm expecting to find anything in this system, even though we're going ahead and looking, because all of these 14,000 light seconds away. Pfft, no. Sometimes I forget to look at the distances when I'm doing this stuff. 10,000 light seconds is my limit for how far I'm willing to travel in a system to go do that. If I had that boosted thing that made it quicker to get through, I might be willing to do that, but from what I've seen, that thing really overheats you quick. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of that. Looks like we'll be moving on as quickly as we can for this one.
Frameshift drive charging.
I have the voice attack software, and the only reason I had the voice attack software, and the only reason I really had it is because I had the John Delancey computer voice that you could have for that. So you can sit there and talk to Q, because he was playing as Q. If you don't know what that is, I question your sci-fi nerdiness.
Frameshift drive charging.
It's much more pleasant to be hopping and seeing yellow after yellow after yellow. It's really annoying when you see pink or purple or whatever color that is. So we'll do a scan of this system. Let's get out of the sphere of influence of the star, hop into the full spectrum system scanner. 927, that's close enough. But unfortunately, 927 means that it's out in the colder part. And these are all icy bodies, huh? Rocky, icy body. Yeah. Like I said, we're not really trying to pay too much attention to, oh, wait, hold on. That's an... well, that says rocky body. Try to be a little bit more efficient with our scanning technique here. It says there's one. Alright, well, we're just going to move on. So this might have been what some of you have been saying to me. I could probably do away with the 15 body limit and more just pay attention to whether there's rocky bodies and look for those. That might be a way to go. Might give us a better chance of actually finding things rather than just skipping by systems that probably have something. We can try that for the rest of the episode, see if we get lucky. Sometimes my brain doesn't click things together, and a lot of times, like when I'm teaching somebody something, I try to be super specific and like very like overly detailed because when you assume that somebody understands what you're getting at, it just does. Ooh, geez, 58 bodies. Well, we'll try it.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
So we are looking for rocky bodies. Oh, those are too far away. Rocky ice world. I have a feeling that most of those are going to be... we don't have any rocky bodies showing up here, so we're just going to go ahead and move on then. Because I would imagine that the vast majority of the ones that are here are in that other system that's way too far away for us to mess with. Whoa, that's going to be a big star. The white ones, I think, are always like the really big, massive stars. I think. Oh yeah, it's a big one. That's one that's going to supernova at some point. 17 bodies, that's good. Let's get out of the star heat area, and then we can search for some rocky bodies. Rocky bodies. Rocky body in time. Nope, nothing there. No biology there. I don't know if we're going to find any more. It says there's one more, but I'm not seeing it. I don't know. It's telling me there's one more. Oh, there we go. Geological 3. Oh, okay. So we want to be like right here in this area then. Geological 3. Geological 3. Okay, so there's a lot of these here. I wasn't over far enough. Alright. I think we probably found about everything we're going to find here. So, we're going to move on. Do one or two more jumps and then we'll find a place to land, I think. We've made a pretty decent amount of time in this journey. Or in today's episode, anyway. Decent amount of distance, I mean. I don't know. It's hard for me to focus when I don't have something specific to talk about. But sometimes you just need a break, you know? You need a break and you need to just kind of... You just need to kind of chill and do it this way. Some people will be okay with it, some people will not be. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Get over here.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Alright. So we're gonna put it over here in the high metal content area and see what we can see. Probably nothing, because that's super far away, and they're all going to be over there. So, next system. We do need to start looking for a place to land, though, so I'm going to be a little bit, well, I mean, yeah, I'm going to be a little bit less selective about what bodies we look at, because we need to start finding a landable planet, not necessarily a biologically diverse planet.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Yeah, it would be much more fun if the exobiology game was more along the lines of you were super cruising through the galaxy, and then while you're super cruising, you're just kind of picking stars and, you know, playing the slot game of do I think that, or playing the gambling game of do I think that this system might have the conditions that have the kind of life that I want. That would be a much more fun and engaging way to do exobiology rather than just randomly hopping into a system and hoping you find something. The way that the travel system works in this game is a massive limiting factor in how exploration can work. Oh, here we go. We'll definitely check that out, assuming we don't find anything better. You look up in the top right corner of the screen where it says biological or it says features. We saw biological 2. That's typically what we're looking for. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do a super cruise assist over to that. Get it locked on. It's only 745 light seconds away, so that's super helpful. Get ourselves over to that as quick as we can, and then we'll land, scan ourselves some Fonticula, because that's almost certainly what it's going to be on an icy body with 2 biology. That's almost always what it is. So expect to see some kind of blue or purple mushrooms. That's my guess. Let me know in the comments what you think it's going to be, if you don't think it's going to be that. Leave the comment before we find it. That's the way that's supposed to work. Leave the comment before we find it, but, you know, it helps with channel engagement when we play stupid little games like that. Alright, so we get close enough, do some scanning. It's almost certainly going to tell us that it's bacteria and Fonticula. I'm going to say 95% chance that that's what it is. Now, specifically, which kind of Fonticula? I don't know. It's almost certainly going to be the mushroom-looking ones, but there's a couple of different versions of that, so I don't know. So we're waiting for the surface scanner on the bottom left there to switch to too fast, which will indicate that we're in range to fire off our probes and find out for sure what's on this body. Must be a real small one, because we're getting really close to it before it'll let us fire. 6 probes. Interesting. They made it seem like it was going to be a really small one. It's all right though. So we need 6 probes for our efficiency bonus, which is extra money that we'll get for firing the minimum number, or no more than the number of probes that they have specified for the planet. I'm sure there's no logical reason for why that is. It's just they created a mini game and here we go, Fonticula. They created a mini game and they came up with arbitrary conditions to make you try harder at it rather than a good reason for it. All right, so we're gonna try to find a nice big patch, I guess this way, to our 12 o'clock. There's a bunch of patches over there that we could try to land and get towards. We'll get down here, scan some mushrooms, and then if the bacteria are easy to get to and it doesn't take us too long to finish that, we'll do those 2. But ideally, I mean, the terrain is already looking kind of rough to me based off of what the heat map is showing me. I know for you guys, you probably can't tell, because by the time it goes through the YouTube compression and all that stuff, it's really hard to see what's going on, but yeah, it looks pretty rough. But then again, the heat map can be super misleading, so I'm not sure yet. We'll see. No real way to know until we get down on the surface and find out what it is. So I'm aiming for a patch of smoothness that I can see right in front of me. You might be able to see it, you might not. I think by now you should be able to. Get ourselves down to the surface. Okay. So ideally, there'll be several groups of standing mushrooms here that we can scan, get those done quickly, and call it a day. Oh, yeah. Uneven terrain all around. I'm gonna head over here, because this looks a little smoother. Turn on my night vision to get up. See how the outlines of the mushrooms, or the fonticula, kind of showed up as we turned the night vision on? This little tip and a little trick that you can use to find these. Okay, so they're not the mushrooms, they're the more crystal-looking versions, but still. It is a fungus of some kind, so that's what you need to know. And because the ground is white and the bacteria is almost certainly going to be white, we're probably not going to bother with that, because the amount of time it's going to take us to find them and spot them and do all of that is not really worth the amount of money that you're going to get out of it, and there is no real good trick for that. Turning on the night vision can help sometimes if the terrain is particularly helpful, but because the it'll highlight some of the terrain, but it won't highlight the bacteria, and sometimes that can help it show up for you. But for the most part, there is no real good trick to finding the bacteria unless it is just a significantly different color from the background. And since most of the bacteria is some kind of really light color, anytime you have icy terrain like this, the bacteria can be very, very difficult to find. So we're just going to grab this, and then we're going to hop off and find the last of the 3 samples that we need. I think the other side of that big field there is probably far enough away that we could just land on the other side of it and grab that, and that should be genetically diverse enough. So ideally, we can hop on to our ship here, fly over to the other side of that big field, scan that last little bit. Nah, that's not far enough away, but this other side of it here will be. Give me a landing spot. I saw it turn blue a couple of times in the oh, right there. There we go. All right. So hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click the like button if you did, so that the YouTube algorithm will know and send the video out to as many people as possible. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing now, so that when the next video comes out, it will show up in your feed and you will be able to watch. Watch it as soon as it becomes available. Lost track of my little spiel there. Channel members get early access to all of my content, so be sure to click the join button. Check out the list of options available there and decide if any of those are right for you. If you're not interested in a channel membership, you can always leave YouTube's version of a tip with that thanks button. Direct contributions are greatly appreciated and a critical component to helping to turn this channel into a full-time gig, which is the dream. So again, thank you very much for your time. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Be sure to come back for the next one, and I'll see you then.